Salt Lake City, Utah, the Vivint Arena, and out comes the Bloodline at full capacity. Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and they come out, and Reigns and the Usos just all raise their belts. This was like a beautiful shot that they had of all of them. Would have looked a little nicer if Solo had a title to really complete the picture with Sami as the outcast without the... They all have this new shirt, We the Ones, except for Sami, who's wearing the old Bloodline shirt, which I just noted was like a nice little touch, and then it was like called out later in the promo. But Michael Cole just casually notes that Solo Sikoa had to give up the North American title, and it was a really just nothing kind of mention. They brought it up again later, just that stating Shawn Michaels might have thought he would never see that title again. It was not a big part of a story. It didn't get a whole lot of attention. Obviously, there was something behind this that, I mean, they must have had some idea and then reverted. That's what it feels like. It just seems so abrupt to do this and then take it off in such unspectacular fashion, and seemed like it would have been a cool idea to have this guy with that title for a while.
I think so. If anything, just to kind of give a bit more shine onto NXT 2.0 on Fox every single week. But you wonder if this was not the plan before, or maybe if maybe it was the plan. And they just didn't want Sikoa taking any losses, even in a multi-man situation, like a ladder match. He would have been able to lose it fine, but maybe they didn't even want him doing that. So
I just asked why put the title on him to begin with. It's like, was anything achieved?
They got like 1 week of promotion for NXT 2.0 on Fox. Got that.
I guess, yeah. Heyman calls them the Salt Lake Cityots, and talks about the Drew McIntyre match that people thought he would win because he was on his home turf, but the entire planet is Roman Reigns' home turf. And Solo was sent to them by the elders of the Samoan dynasty. He is now the Bloodline's enforcer. And Reigns calls on Solo, "You answer to me now," and he has Solo acknowledge him, and he is embraced and brought into the Bloodline. And as they're about to leave, Zayn cuts off the music, and he also wants to acknowledge the tribal chief. And Reigns just asks, "Why are you talking at all? And why do you have our shirt on? Why are you tagging along? What is it you want?" And you're thinking, wow, this is it. This is Sami. He has just made his bed here, and the Bloodline is ready to take him out. And he tells Zayn, "Take that shirt off." And Jay comes over and rips the shirt off, and Reigns tells him to never wear a Bloodline shirt ever again. And it's all tense, because I've got you a new one. And he hands him his Honorary Uce shirt, which is going to be the hottest seller at WWE Shop, even ahead of the new Rabbit shirt that they put out. And we will spend plenty of time talking about that. And everyone is all smiles except for Jay, who is legitimately pissed. And Roman is embraced by Sami, and he just like has this look on his face, but eventually just gives in. This a total Rock Mick Foley type of chemistry that these two have developed now. And this was an 18-minute opening segment, but I really enjoyed it. I thought the Bloodline felt like the coolest group going right now. It's all these interesting personalities together. I think it's been a tremendous call-up of Solo Sikoa. Sami Zayn is great in these. Roman was great in this. Jay was great in this. It was a segment that I can't say they accomplished much, but it was really entertaining for the 18 minutes.
I think that's all you need to accomplish for an 18-minute segment, and to entertain us, and that they did.
And we got a new shirt. We got a new shirt after 18 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was a great segment. I thought everybody delivered here. Heyman was fantastic in it. Yes, I mean, it did feel a bit odd for him to like address Clash at the Castle when it was like 3 weeks ago at this point. But
I guess he hasn't had a chance to to formally address it yet.
Yeah, but it was totally fine, to wait to address it. If anything, maybe makes Roman feel like that much of a bigger deal. He gets to address something on his own time, makes us wait for it. They clearly define a role and a backstory for Solo Sikoa. He is sent by the elder gods. I love it. I love the fact that the Bloodline are only like maybe sort of like the public facing representatives of this very long-lasting Samoan heritage that is still very active. Like I could just imagine this tribal council making all of these decisions, telling them what matches to wrestle every single week. I love it. I love the fact that he is in the role of the enforcer. Okay, he is the muscle who's now there to free up the Usos to, continue with their tag team dominance. It's a lot more significant than simply having, Solo be the rookie of the group. They're making him the muscle. They're making him sort of like, like even slightly above at least your typical, rookie ranking person. And then you have the excellent Roman Sammy stuff. Jey Uso was fantastic in this. He was literally like salivating at Sammy finally getting kicked out of this group, and then looking completely mean and scary, and then completely dejected when it was revealed that Roman, who perfectly executed that bait and switch, was actually accepting. My favorite part might have been like Sammy going for the hug, and then Roman being like, "What is this guy doing? He's touching me." And then accepting the hug. I loved all of this. Like you said, they're the top faction in the company. To me, they're approaching like NWO territory where like I think you're gonna have to work really hard to find baby faces that can match them in terms of just how cool they are, how likable they are. And ultimately maybe like Sami Zayn is, like leaving the group will be the thing that really kind of pushes them more to the heel side. But for now, like they're certainly in that like really nice tweener territory where like you can't help but like love every single person in this. Do you think that they're going to be a part of the War Games?
I think they should. Yeah. I think like that's the only for the men's War Games. I can't imagine you doing a match without them unless I mean, you could also do it in such a way where if you do have the right challengers, you could have Reigns in his own match, and then it's the rest of the Bloodline in War Games. You can do that too.
I just think it's so rare that you have such a hot faction in the WWE with a match type that is perfectly set for a 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So I think like having the Bloodline headline of War Games is a very strong main event. The only question is, can you find baby faces strong enough to oppose them and be like effective baby faces?
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly look up and down, and you would have to do some work with the likes of Owens and Drew. I mean, it's tough. Like you don't have all these baby faces at your disposal. Riddle, I guess, whatever's up with Randy Orton with his back injury. I mean, there's ones out there, but it's some are hurt.
Brock, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if Brock does Survivor Series. I expect him on the Saudi Arabia show, but Survivor Series, just because they're so close together.